Deep in the recesses of your mind lays a labyrinth, a world unknown to you. This is the world of the mind, the consciousness, the brain. This is inner space fiction. Things happening in your brain like dreams and ideas, like Doris Lessing's briefing for A Descent into Hell is a great example of inner space fiction. Is about a patient coming in from nowhere. He doesn't know where he is, he doesn't know who he is, and we get a glimpse into his dreams, into his thoughts, into his visions, and it's all about memory, what we can believe, what we can't believe, and the visions he comes across, they're fantastical. There's dreams of other lands that he ventured to, and further beyond into outer space and beyond the stars. It truly sort of delves into every sort of depth of fiction with these sort of diary entries and science-based things with the patient. Yes, so that's a great one. There's also books such as The Dream Master by Roger Zelazny, which I haven't read, but I really would want to read. So that's, if I do come across it, that'll be at the top of my list to read. J.G. Ballard does a lot of inner space fiction with a lot of otherworldly type things like empty pools and empty cities that harken back to his childhood and to the cities that he lived in, like London. And he plays a lot with sort of inner space fiction and what is inner space, how writers' minds and memories come into fray in their writing. I've got five books. 3 of them I'm going to be going into them as soon as I can, as soon as I'm finished with Curse of the Mistwraith, which I'm reading at the moment. And these are all inner space fiction. I'm going to be delving deep into some of the author's books that are based on the mind and the inner workings. The first one I have is The Philosopher's Stone by Colin Wilson. This is about 2 researchers that investigate the untapped potential of the psyche and the dreams and what can be tapped into in the consciousness, and tries to answer those questions. They stumble on like a technique that radically changes consciousness and creates mental powers like mind reading, and it creates a new level of human evolution and new ways of thinking about reality and the dimensions of reality. And there's some troubles along the way, barriers that they can't get through, and close encounters with death and lots of things. So I'm very excited to read this. I think it might be somewhat a difficult read, but I'm really looking forward to reading more Colin Wilson. The next one, a lot of people talk about Ursula K. Le Guin's The Lathe of Heaven. It's about how a person's dreams can alter reality and alter futures, and how he's troubled by that, how he goes about it by going to see a psychiatrist that instead of sort of and tries to like hearken at the psychiatrist to use it for the psychiatrist's good, or for the better of humankind potentially, or nefarious means. And yes, this will be a very a next read for sure. Then we have another Colin Wilson, The Mind Parasite. What a great cover that is. Look at that. It's fantastic. So this is a bit more horror, sort of cosmic horror, as it says, a Lovecraftian tradition type novel. It's about how someone's digging an archaeological site and comes across a sort of parasite that can lurk into your brain and destroy. Mind parasites that can lurk in the deepest recesses of your mind, and he tries to fight it. I think this has a lot of Colin Wilson's philosophy of consciousness and a very philosophical take. And then we have The Continent of Lies by James Murrow. This is about people can sample a particular dream that he finds so real that and he's rather horrified by, and then his daughter is exposed to it, and it's all about the dream journeys to bizarre worlds and alien galaxies, but also into the deepest recesses of your mind. So that is The Continent of Lies. And then we have The Rift by Nina Allen. This is about how someone's sister comes back after being lost, and tells of these amazing, or these journeys to a different planet, to a whole new world, where there's Selena, who is the sister, has to figure out whether or not to believe her sister Julie, and whether or not to trust her, or she's lying, and this isn't real, what she's talking about. I'm very interested to see this. It's got sort of diary-esque, or like it's got multiple different mediums of writing, like newspaper articles and police investigations. Very looking forward to that. And that is the books. There's other ones that I would like to read. I think Robert Silverberg has done quite a few. Dying Inside, I believe, is one where there's a man who previously in life can read people's thoughts and their mind, and then he loses that ability and he has to live with what comes with just being a normal person. So I kind of like sort of a reverse of science fiction type thing, I guess, but I haven't read it, so I'm very looking forward to getting into the books, especially the first three. I think are really interesting, and I will be going on to them swiftly. So that is the video. Thanks for watching. If you have any recommendations for inner space fiction, I know it's quite a vaguish term. There's lots of different elements of inner space fiction that are dotted throughout certain works, but I really want to focus on the ones that are more focused on the brain and how it can trick people, because I'm really interested in that topic. Any thoughts or recommendations of books that fit that category, put them in the comment section down below and I'll check them out. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.